Leo's magical map. Leo loved maps. He had maps of his town, maps of the world, and even maps of the stars. But his favorite was a dusty, old map he found in his grandpa's attic. It wasn't like any other map he'd ever seen. It shimmered with a golden light and whispered secrets of faraway places. One night, as Leo traced a line on the map with his finger, his bedroom began to spin. When the spinning stopped, Leo was in a hot, sandy land. In front of him were the Great Pyramids, but the air was filled with the sounds of trumpets. A grand procession was passing by, with soldiers carrying banners and priests chanting. At the center, on a golden litter, sat the boy king, Pharaoh Tutankhamun. The young pharaoh noticed Leo's strange clothes and curious face. He halted the procession and beckoned Leo closer. "You are not from Egypt," Tutankhamun said, his voice young but steady. "I am Leo. I came from far away." The pharaoh smiled. "I like visitors. Come, see a true wonder of my kingdom." Tutankhamun led Leo into the cool darkness of a pyramid, showing him walls covered in colorful hieroglyphs that told stories of heroes and kings. "These are the histories of my ancestors," he explained. Before Leo left, the pharaoh gave him a small lapis lazuli scarab beetle, a symbol of rebirth. He said, "May it bring you good fortune on your travels." Leo clutched the scarab and touched his map. Whoosh! The world spun wildly and slammed into a halt. He blinked, opening his eyes to a blinding white city of marble and stone. Suddenly, thunder hooves, a chariot raced past him, missing his toes by an inch. "Watch out, small citizen," the driver laughed. Leo stumbled back, heart pounding. He looked around. He was standing in the great Roman Forum, surrounded by towering columns and loud, bustling crowds in togas. But then a hush fell. In the distance, a man, in a laurel wreath, stood before a group of soldiers, his voice ringing with absolute authority. A giant centurion, with a bright red, plumed helmet, spotted Leo. "You there, boy," he barked. "Keep your distance. General Caesar speaks of glory and conquest for Rome." Leo watched, totally mesmerized, as Julius Caesar spoke of strange, faraway lands. Gaul, Britannia. Suddenly, the soldiers cheered. And then, thump, 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 their spears smashed the ground in perfect unison. With a quick touch of the map, swirl, the sharp scent of dust and iron was instantly replaced. Now, the air was heavy with the sweet smell of spices and jasmine. Leo blinked. He found himself in a magnificent palace courtyard. Welcome to ancient India. Ornate carvings decorated every wall. And suddenly, Leo gasped. There were elephants, giant, gentle giants, adorned with colorful silk blankets. They stood there, patiently. Past the elephants, a serene-looking man, dressed only in simple robes, walked slowly through a quiet garden. The man was Emperor Ashoka. He smiled so kindly at Leo. "Peace to you, little traveler," he whispered. "I once waged a great war, but the sorrow it caused changed my heart forever. Now I build stupas for peace and pillars of justice, not monuments to battle." He reached out and placed something cool in Leo's hand. It was a small stone carving of a lion. "Let it remind you," Ashoka said softly, "that true strength is found in compassion." Leo touched the map one more time. Whoosh! The warm air turned cold and crisp. Leo rubbed his arms. He was standing high up in a land of misty mountains. He peered over the edge of a cliff. Clang! Shout! Clang! Far, far below him, thousands of workers swarmed like ants. They were building a wall, a great wall. It stretched on and on, as far as the eye could see. But suddenly, a shadow fell. On a high platform, a stern man in elaborate robes watched over everything. He didn't smile. This was Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. Leo crept away from the noisy wall. He peered into a huge, deep pit. Gasp! His eyes went wide. There were thousands of them, rows and rows of soldiers. They stood in silent, spooky lines. Are they real? Leo wondered. He leaned closer. Wait, one of them moved. But no, it wasn't a soldier. It was a young girl named May. She was holding a brush and carefully painting the face of a warrior, red, blue, and gold. She looked up. These are the Terracotta army, she explained. They were built to protect the emperor in the afterlife. As Leo turned to leave, May reached out. Here, she smiled. She placed a small, unpainted clay soldier in his hand. Leo grinned. He held his treasures tight. The scarab, the lion, and the soldier. He touched the map. One last time, ready for the journey home.